Diabetic? These 5 fruits could be destroying your health. Have you ever noticed that as we get older, our bodies just don't seem to respond the way they used to? Maybe you find yourself getting tired quicker, or your energy dipping at odd times. If you're living with diabetes and are over 50, these changes can feel even more challenging. One thing many people believe is that fruits are always a safe, healthy choice. After all, they're natural, right? But here's something that might surprise you. Not all fruits are created equal, especially when it comes to managing blood sugar levels. Today, I want to share with you something very important. 5 fruits that might seem harmless, even healthy, but for someone living with diabetes, they could be quietly causing serious harm. If you or someone you care about is managing diabetes past the age of 50, this information can make a huge difference in your daily health and well-being. Let's talk about the first fruit that often gets praised as the king of tropical flavors, but has a hidden danger lurking beneath its creamy, sweet exterior. Durian. Known as the king of fruits, durian has a rich, custard-like taste that many find irresistible. But here's the catch. Durian is packed with sugar. Just 100 grams of this fruit can contain nearly 30 grams of sugar. To put that in perspective, eating only 2 or 3 pieces can send your blood sugar soaring. For older adults living with diabetes, this kind of spike isn't just uncomfortable. It can be dangerous. I remember hearing about Harold, a 62-year-old gentleman from Houston. He was at a family gathering and couldn't resist trying some durian. Within a couple of hours, he felt dizzy and weak. His blood sugar had shot over 300 mmHg. He was rushed to the emergency room. It's stories like Harold's that remind us just how powerful certain foods can be, even those that seem natural and wholesome. If you love durian and don't want to give it up entirely, the key is moderation. Limit yourself to just 1 or 2 small pieces and avoid eating it late at night when your body's insulin response isn't as strong. Small changes like this can help keep your blood sugar more stable without completely cutting out foods you enjoy. Now, moving on to another fruit that's a favorite for many during summer, ripe mangoes. Sweet, juicy, and packed with flavor, ripe mangoes have a high glycemic index, usually around 60 to 65. What does that mean? It means they can raise your blood sugar levels quickly. A medium-sized mango can contain about 45 grams of sugar, which is quite a load for anyone with diabetes. Take Linda's story from Florida. At 58, she thought a ripe mango after lunch was a harmless treat. But her glucose levels skyrocketed from 140 to nearly 250 mdl within just an hour. She felt the effects immediately, sluggish, thirsty, and worried. For someone managing diabetes, these sudden jumps can cause lasting damage to blood vessels, nerves, and organs. That doesn't mean you have to avoid mangoes completely. Choosing green, less ripe mangoes, which have a lower sugar content, can help. Also, eating mango in smaller portions and pairing it with protein or fiber-rich foods like nuts or yogurt slows down sugar absorption and keeps your blood sugar from spiking too much. It's about enjoying what you love in a way that works for your health. Next up is a smaller, less obvious culprit, lychee. These tiny, sweet fruits are a summertime favorite, but don't be fooled by their size. Just eating 10 to 15 lychees can add up to 30 grams of sugar, which is a lot to process for anyone with diabetes. John, a 63-year-old from California, found this out the hard way. He snacked on lychees every day during the summer and soon began feeling weak and nauseous. Blood tests showed his glucose levels were dangerously high, and he was even showing early signs of liver stress. It's a tough lesson that even the smallest fruits can pack a big punch when it comes to sugar. For those who want to enjoy lychees, the safest way is to limit yourself to just 2 or 3 fresh lychees, and only if your blood sugar is already well controlled. Remember, it's always better to be cautious and check your numbers regularly. Managing diabetes is not about eliminating everything you love, but understanding how certain foods affect your body. By paying attention to these fruits and making small adjustments, you can protect your heart, kidneys, and blood vessels from silent damage. In the next part, we'll explore 2 more fruits that might surprise you with their impact on blood sugar and what you can do instead to enjoy a healthy, balanced diet. Now let's talk about bananas, such a common fruit that many people think of as a healthy go-to snack. But if you're living with diabetes, especially after 50, it's important to understand how bananas can affect your blood sugar. Bananas are full of carbohydrates that your body breaks down quickly into sugar, and the riper the banana, the faster this happens. A ripe banana can have a glycemic index as high as 70, meaning it can cause your blood sugar to spike quite sharply. Take Margaret, for example. She's 67 and lives in Ohio. For years, she had a habit of eating a whole banana every morning instead of toast, thinking it was the healthier choice. But over time, she started feeling tired and dizzy, especially before lunch. When she checked her fasting glucose, it was nearly 200 mg/dl, far above what's safe. After speaking with her doctor, she realized that eating that whole banana every morning was likely causing those dangerous spikes. The good news is you don't have to give up bananas entirely. The trick is portion control. Eating just 1/3 to 1/2 of a small banana is much gentler on your blood sugar. Pairing your banana with something like plain yogurt or a handful of nuts can also help slow the sugar absorption, keeping your levels more balanced throughout the morning. These little changes can make a big difference in how you feel and how well you manage your diabetes. Lastly, let's look at grapes, a fruit many of us love to snack on or add to salads. Grapes might seem harmless, but they can pack a surprising amount of sugar. A small bunch can contain 20 to 30 grams of sugar, and dried grapes or raisins have 3 to 4 times that sugar by weight. That's a lot to process, especially if you're managing diabetes. Mike, who's 61 and lives in Arizona, thought he was making a healthy choice by switching from candy to grapes as his daily snack. But after about 3 months, he noticed his HbA1c, which is the measure of his average blood sugar over time, was climbing dangerously high. Even though he wasn't eating sweets otherwise, those grapes were quietly sabotaging his efforts to keep his diabetes under control. So how can you still enjoy grapes without the risk? Limiting yourself to just 3 to 5 fresh grapes per serving is a good start. Also, eating grapes with a bit of protein, like a slice of low-fat cheese, can help blunt the blood sugar spike. It's all about balance and making smarter choices, rather than completely giving up the foods you love. These fruits are naturally sweet and delicious, but for diabetics over 50, the hidden sugar content can have serious consequences if not managed carefully. Paying attention to portion sizes, pairing fruits with proteins or fibers, and choosing less ripe or lower sugar alternatives can help you enjoy your diet without compromising your health. Managing diabetes is a journey filled with small decisions every day. It's about learning what works best for your body and making adjustments that fit your lifestyle. You're not alone in this. Many people just like you are finding new ways to live healthier and happier with diabetes after 50, simply by understanding how their food choices impact their blood sugar. In the final part, we'll wrap up by looking at how you can make these changes stick and share some simple tips to keep your blood sugar steady while still enjoying life's pleasures. Now that we've talked about some of the trickier fruits like bananas and grapes, it's important to understand that managing diabetes isn't about giving up everything you love. It's about making smarter choices that protect your health while still letting you enjoy your food. One of the biggest keys is to listen to your body and notice how certain fruits affect your blood sugar. Remember John, from California? He had a taste for lychees, a small, juicy fruit that seems harmless but is actually loaded with sugar. Just 10 to 15 lychees can pack around 30 grams of sugar, which is a lot for someone with diabetes. John snacked on them for a few days during summer, and soon started feeling weak and nauseated. Blood tests showed his glucose was dangerously high, and there were early signs his liver was stressed. That story reminds us just how important moderation is. If you love lychees, try limiting yourself to just 2 or 3 fresh ones, and only when your blood sugar is well under control. Pair them with some protein or fiber-rich foods to slow down the sugar rush. Small tweaks like this can make your favorite fruit safer and more enjoyable. When it comes to fruit, timing can be just as important as portion size. Eating high-sugar fruits like durian or ripe mangoes late in the day, for example, can cause your blood sugar to spike overnight, which isn't ideal. Choosing the right time to enjoy these fruits, like earlier in the day when your body can better manage sugar, can help keep your levels steady. It's also a good idea to track how different fruits affect you personally. Keeping a simple food and blood sugar journal can reveal patterns you might not notice otherwise. This way, you can learn what works best for your body and avoid the fruits that cause problems. What's truly empowering is that managing your diabetes after 50 doesn't mean missing out. It means making choices that protect your heart, kidneys, and blood vessels. Over time, these choices add up to fewer complications, more energy, and a better quality of life. You might find it helpful to talk with a nutritionist or your healthcare provider about your fruit choices. They can offer personalized advice and help you create a meal plan that fits your taste buds and your health needs. Remember, diabetes is manageable, and you're not alone on this journey. Living well with diabetes means being kind to yourself. It's okay to enjoy a small treat now and then, as long as you're mindful and make balanced choices most of the time. Little changes like swapping a ripe mango for a green one or pairing grapes with cheese can make a huge difference in how you feel day to day. If you found this video helpful, please share it with friends and family who might benefit too. Your support could help someone make a simple change that protects their health in the long run. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on more tips to live a healthier, happier life after 50. You have the power to take control of your health, one smart choice at a time. Here's to living your best life at any age, stronger, wiser, and full of vitality. Thanks for watching, and take care of yourself.